Hello, my dear student. Today we are going to discuss another parasite, that is nematode parasite, which is commonly known as pinworm. And the systematic position of this pinworm, and which is known as the Enterobius Vermicularis. And for today's topic, we discuss about their morphology, about their life cycle, and then epidemiology, the disease caused by this nematode parasite, treatment and preventive measure. So let's start about this nematode parasite. The systematic position of this pinworm is phylum Nematoda. Phylum Nematoda plus Chromadoria, then order Repticida, and family is Ogiuridae, and genus is Enterobius, and species is Vermicularis. These nematode endoparasites are commonly found and they are inhabited in the gastrointestinal tract of human beings around the cecum, and they are usually commonly known as human pinworm. They are worldwide in distribution and they are commonly present in children. They are more commonly present in children than the adult, and the adult worms are inhabited in the cecum area near the anal region. These are all about the systematic position of this pinworm, which we call Enterobius vermicularis. Then the next is the morphology. Usually, these endoparasitic nematodes are very small in size. That's why we call it pinworm. So, what are the structure? That is morphological structure. Morphological structure of pinworm. In their morphology, here we can discuss about different stages of their life cycle, that is egg, larva, and adult worms. Then, first of all, we will draw about the structure of the egg. The eggs are usually released along with the feces of the infected person, and they are deposited in the anal region by the fertilized female worm. These are the eggs. These are the eggs, and the size of the eggs is 50 to 60 micrometer and having a weight of 20 to 30 micrometer. Then figure the eggs of pinworm. Then this is about the eggs. Then the another structure of the egg are also present, which is known as the embryonated eggs. These embryonated eggs are the early development stages of the life cycle, that is, the larvae are developed inside the egg. This is the another form of the egg, inside which the developing larvae are usually present. This is the developing larva, and this is the eggs. Figure the embryonated eggs ingested by human, because the transmission of this nematode parasite is through the ingestion of the egg from one person to another person. This is the fact of these diseases. Then the next structure is the larval stage. That means the larvae are usually hatched in the small intestine. The first stage larvae hatch in the small intestine, and they are usually 140 to 150 micrometer in length. This is the larva. This is the larval forms, and this is the esophagus. Then here different structures are present inside the developing stage larva. These are the sphere. This is the esophagus, and this is about 140 to 150 micrometer in length. Figure the larva of pinworm, which are usually developed in the small intestine of human being. Then the next is the male and the female worm. Male and the female worm. Usually, the male worm is shorter than the female worm, and this is the male worm, which is having curve-like tail. They have been curved tail, and this is the head, this is the sphere, and this is the esophagus, and these are the internal structure of the body. This is the male worm. This is the male worm, having a length of 2 to 5 millimeter in length, having a diameter of 0.2 millimeter in thickness. This is the figure, right? Male worm of Enterobius Vermicularis. This is the male worm, and they are developed in the duodenal area, that is the first part of the small intestine. The next is the female worm. This is the female worm. This is the female worm. Here's the sphere. This is the female worm. And I would like to draw about here some internal structure. This is the sphere. This is the esophagus. And here the uterus are also present, and these are the internal structure which are present inside the body of the female worm. This is the female worm of pinworm, that is Enterobius Vermicularis. This is the female worm, and the length of the female worm is 5 to 13 millimeter in length, having a diameter of 0.5 millimeter in thickness. This is the figure of female worm or pinworm or Enterobius Vermicularis. So here we discuss about different structures which are present in the life cycle of a Enterobius vermicularis or commonly known as the pinworm. Here we discuss about their egg. There are two different types of the egg. One is the just given out egg which are present in the environment. The another egg is the developing stage. Egg inside the developing stage larva are usually present, and the next is the larva, which are usually ingested by the infective host, and they are penetrated the stomach and develop in the small intestine. And the next structure is the male and the female worm. Male are usually shorter than the female worm, and they are developed in the first part of the small intestine, that is in the duodenum area. This is all about the morphology. Then the next is the life cycle of pinworm. Here we can discuss about the life cycle, where they develop and where they present. Then in the life cycle, this is the life cycle of pinworm. Usually the male and the female worms are present in the male and female. This is the male worm, this is the female worm, are present in the male and the female in the cecum. In the cecum of human. This is the female worm, this is the male worm, which are present in the cecum of human being. Then after fertilization, these female worms are usually migrated at the anal region and gives out the fertilized egg. Fertilized eggs are usually given out by this female worm. Female worm migrate to anal region to give fertilized egg. Then these fertilized eggs are usually passes along with the feces or through the contaminated hand or through the contaminated bedsheet or through the contaminated clothes which infected person wear, and the other is through the contaminated toys. That is, this disease is commonly found in children, so the toys can also contaminated with the eggs of these pinworm eggs. Then this is the eggs, and inside this the embryonated larvae are usually present, and this is about the external environment. This is external environment. This is external environment, and these eggs are usually ingested, and here inside the egg the larvae are usually developed, and this egg which contain embryonated egg contain infective stage larva. Infective stage larva. When this is ingested by human. This is ingested by human, and the larvae are usually developed in the small intestine of human beings. The larvae are developed. Larva heads in small intestine. Then, after the hatching of this larva, there is to first part of the small intestine, and during this journey, this larva molt twice. This larva molt twice and form adult in first part of the small intestine. First part of small intestine, where the male and the female worm are usually developed as full-formed adult male and the female worms, where the male and the female worm mating and the female worm migrated in the anal region to give out the fertilized egg. These are all about their life cycle, and the duration of the life cycle is 2 to 8 weeks. 2 to 8 weeks duration. This is about the life cycle. I repeat again. The male and the female worm are inhabited in the cecum or anal region of the gastrointestinal tract. After fertilization, the female worm are migrated in the anal region and give out fertilized egg. Usually, the female worm can give 11 to 15,000 eggs, and this female worm can live 13 weeks, and after 13 weeks, after giving all fertilized eggs, the female worm are usually die. Whereas the male worm can live for 7 weeks. After that, the male worm is also died and passes along with the feces of the infected person. So the female worm gives out fertilized egg, and this fertilized egg can be present in the environment. They can be present in the water, which form contaminated water, contaminated food, or in the contaminated bedsheet or toys, etc. It can be contaminated with the embryonated egg, and this embryonated egg can live about 72 hours in the environment. Then this embryonated egg develop into a development of the infective stage larva are present inside the egg, and this egg is ingested by another person, or it can also auto-infected. Then this embryonated egg is usually ingested by human being through mouth. Then there is to small intestine through stomach. In the small intestine, the larvae are usually given out, and this larva is usually about 140 to 150 micrometer in length, and this larva again they are usually migrate to the last part of the small intestine, that is in the ileum region, where during this journey this larva molt twice. After molt twice, it develops into fully grown male and the female worm, where the male and the female worm get fertilized, and the fertilized female worm is usually migrated in the anal region, where it can give fertilized egg. These are all about the life cycle of pinworm or Enterobius Vermicularis, and the duration for this parasite is 2 to 8 weeks. The duration of whole life cycle for this parasite is 2 to 8 weeks. Okay, then what about their epidemiology? Epidemiology means the presence of this nematode parasite in different regions of the world, and this is all about the epidemiology. Epidemiology key point number 1. It can be occur worldwide, and it can be occur worldwide, and most common Hermin infection in United States and Western Europe. This is the most common helminth infection in United States and Western Europe. And point number 2, in the United States, a study of disease control reported that overall incidence rate is 11.4% among people of all ages. So, in the United States, there is a control board known as the Study of Disease Control. They reported that there is 11.4% among people of different age for this parasitic disease. Then, point number 3, it is all about the different rating in different countries. Point number 3, pinworm are common in children with prevalence rate of 61% in India, 50% in England, 39% in Thailand, 37% in Sweden, and 29% in Denmark. These are the rating which is given by World Health Organization about the percentage of the prevalence of this disease, that is the disease caused by this pinworm enterobiasis. Enterobiasis is the disease which is caused by this nematode endoparasite. Then what about the pathogenicity? Means the disease caused by this parasite. The disease caused by this parasite is known as the enterobiasis. The main symptom is the itching and irritating in the anal region, but most of the cases there is no symptom. The symptom may appear when there is large number of the female worms are present, and the migration of the larvae are also in the intestine where the infection is provided with large number of the worms. When these symptoms develop in that case, the main symptom is itching in the anal area. The main symptom is itching in the anal area and perineum and around the perineum. This is the main symptom, and the itching occurs mainly during night. And due to the itching, there is nervousness for this infected person or infected child. It occurs during night and is caused by the female pinworm, which is caused by the female pinworm when these female pinworm migrate from the small intestine in the anal region to the anal region in order to give the fertilized egg. The intensity of egg is usually varies, and it can be described as tickling. The intensity of itching is varies and is described as tickling. And crawling sensation. And even acute pain. When the population is large, then there may be acute pain also. And due to this symptom, there will be trouble in sleeping and the restlessness. There will be trouble in sleeping and restlessness. This is all about the symptom of this disease, which is known as the enterobiasis, which is caused by this pinworm, nematode pinworm, and this is all about the disease caused by this parasite. Then the next is the treatment. How we can treat them from this commonly found parasitic worms. Then the treatment. Treatment number 1. A single dose of 100 mg of mebendazole. A single dose of 100 mg of mebendazole is given to the patient with one repetition after a week. With one repetition after a week. That is, this drug is given by the doctor and once in a week. Once in a week and once in a week for 1 month. And this is the safest and usually effective. We cure at 96% and it is the safest and usually effective. With cure rate 96%. This is the number 1 treatment. Then number 2, treatment number 2, parental pemoate. Parental pemoate kills adult pinworm. Then number 3, piperazine and the pyrenium. Piperazine and pyrenium. Preventive measures. Preventive measure number 1. Preventive action revolves around personal hygiene. Prevention Preventive measures involves around personnel hygiene and cleanliness of the living room. Then, number 2, the rate of reinfection can be reduced through hygienic measures. The rate of reinfection can be reduced through hygienic measures. Then point number 3 for preventive measures is the main measures are keeping fingernails short, washing and scrubbing hands and fingers carefully. Washing and scrubbing hands and fingers carefully, especially after defecation and before meals. Then point number 4, under ideal condition, bed cover, sleeping Germans, hand towels should be changed daily. Then the last point number 5 is the food should be covered by limit contamination. Food should be covered by limit contamination with dust-borne parasitic eggs. These are the preventive measures for this endoparasitic nematode worm, which is commonly known as the pinworm. This disease is very commonly found, and the disease occurrence is more in case of the children than adults. So, for today's class, we discuss about the structure, then life cycle, epidemiology, then the disease caused by this nematode parasite, and the preventive measure and treatment. This is all about this nematode parasite, that is pinworm, which is commonly known as the Enterobius Vermicularis. So that's all for today's class.